My Lords, many thanks to the noble Lord sorry, I can't say your name. Teverson, for such an interesting speech. And actually, it's been quite refreshing today to hear members of the Liberal Democrats talking about liberalism. Something of a shock to the system, but I'm delighted. It's also a bit dispiriting today that a government that promised change keeps introducing cut-and-paste bills from the previous Tory administration. Only worse. The ministerial power grab in the tobacco and vapes bill really does mean that democratic accountability could be going up in smoke. Ministers from both parties have boasted that this law, which bans all future generations from purchasing tobacco, is world-leading. But what if the world hasn't gone that way for good reasons? There's certainly no evidence this is a workable policy. The bill's own impact assessment admits that there's no international case studies to follow. This is all a gamble based on academic modelling. Has the Minister read the document from Trading Standards Wales that challenges the efficacy of such a, what they say, quote, aggressive prohibitionist approach, noting the New Zealand government abandoned its version as unenforceable? Meanwhile, in Malaysia, the Attorney-General rejected a similar ban as unconstitutional on the grounds that it denies citizens equal treatment under the law. How would it be different in the UK if a future 40-year-old will be legally able to buy cigarettes, but his 39-year-old sister will be criminalised if she does the same? How is that not discriminatory? So we also have to be honest about just how illiberal this legislation is, and I am delighted the noble Lord Scriven reminded us of why that matters. We really should drop the F word a lot more in this chamber, even if it offends some. But to note, querying the states criminalising adults' freedom, that F word, to buy legal, yes, legal products, is not some sign of a dangerous, mad libertarian ideologue, or because we're in hock to big tobacco, as has been suggested by some, which, to be frank, is a cheap and insulting avoidance of debate. It's because, in a democratic, free society, we should be careful not to be careless with civil liberties. Regardless, let's take the bill's motives on face values to stop people smoking for their health. Luckily, some innovative genius have invented vapes with unambiguous evidence. They actually work and have enabled millions to quit. Even the NHS Better Health webpage includes the message, you're roughly twice as likely to quit smoking if you use nicotine vapes compared with other nicotine replacement products. But instead of celebrating this success and seeing vaping as an opportunity, this bill irrationally treats it as a threat. I know the government says the bill is targeting youth vaping, but hugely disproportionate regulations, such as the proposal to make it illegal to publish any marketing materials for vapes or nicotine products, can only create an information void and ensure adults will be confused by scaremongering misinformation about the dangers of vaping. Alarmingly, over half of adults who smoke mistakenly believe that vapes are equally or more harmful than smoking. Similarly, why, oh why, is the government so fixated on demonising flavoured vapes? Does the Minister really believe only children like sweet things? Has she not noticed the exponential rise in the flavoured gin market for adults? Research shows that 65% of adult vapers find fruit and sweet liquids preferable, ironically, often because of the perceived difference to the tobacco they're quitting. Let me tell you a story. I, once the proud winner of Smoker of the Year award, by the way, quit smoking 18 months ago after 40 years of chain smoking. It was tough, but advised by no less than 2 doctors, I tried disposable vapes. Banana and strawberry worked a treat, and now, my lords, I'm smoke-free. But rather than patting me on the back, along comes DEFRA, who, with scant regard for public health, have prioritised the environment. I'm now in dread of June the 1st and an outright ban, and I'm stocking up. Now we have this bill's counterproductive attack on flavours, despite the evidence that 4 in 10 vapers say that if there's no flavoured vapes, they'll return to smoking. Indeed, in America, in 375 localities that adopted permanent restriction on vape flavours, the results were increased sales in cigarettes. On the theme of counterproductive outcomes, over Easter the government issued flashy filmed adverts promising a new law against assaulting shop workers. I'm not sure that law is necessary. It isn't legal to attack retail staff now, surely. But did the government consider that this bill is guaranteed to make matters worse? The latest British Retail Consortium crime survey reveals 130,000 instances of shop workers being verbally and physically assaulted every day in 2024, 340% increase since 2020, and a significant number of these attacks follow requests for age verification. So there's unanimous agreement amongst retailers that a law which will force staff of convenience stores at the heart of our local communities to increase proof of age ID checks on tobacco buyers of any age will trigger a huge escalation of violence and abuse. The cost-benefit analysis of this bill means there are massive, massive costs for many, many people. And just saying we want to stamp out on smoking is not good enough. And so, committee, we should ensure we follow and track those costs and not allow unaccountability to happen, at least here, before it gets passed. Yeah. Yeah.